Okay, that was one of the best attempts I've ever had in this car. In today's video, I'm going to be back in realistic car driving. I got the E36. I'm going to be taking on the windy roads with traction control off. Now with that being said, let's get straight into it. Now this car is rear wheel drive, so it should give us a little fun, but it's actually very faster than I thought it would. If you see my video where I did the stock versus tune comparison, you understand what I'm talking about. But this thing should be very fun. I'm going to get a lot of power slides just like that. It seems very controllable. It seems like you have the perfect balance between acceleration and control. Pretty much I feel like it's one of the perfect cars because it's not crazy fast, but it's going to be super hard to counter steer. And then it still has the ability to grip up super well. Just like that. If that was another car, I'm pretty sure I'd have lost it right there. Pretty sure. But I feel like it has the perfect balance, but it still can spin out on me and stuff like that, but it's highly unlikely. As long as I don't try to push it too much, we should be good. Yeah, it definitely has the balance that I want. But I'm not sure it has the right steering angle because it's an older car, so I feel like it's kind of gripped back on me a little. Yeah, the gripping, when it actually gets back traction, it's very sharp. It like swings you the other way very sharply. So I gotta be careful of that and keep that in mind. Because it definitely does swing back on you super hard. And we do not want that at the wrong time, because you're pretty much just gonna go off the road or spin out. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It grips back super hard, but it's still very controllable. Like, I thought I would have spin out right there, but I'm still able to control it. Okay, I know that the big turn is definitely coming up now. Gotta be careful on this bit. Okay, not bad, not bad. I think the gripping, like when it actually gains back traction, it's very sharp, so I gotta be careful of that. It's just too aggressive when it gains back its traction. Like it's just want to swing back the other way super fast. Like we gotta counter steer, but then we gotta turn back the other way just to control it. Because if we give it too much counter steer, then we're just gonna go the opposite way and crash. Okay, that wasn't too bad, that wasn't too bad. Let's turn around and try that again. At first, our tempo was just warm up. This time we should do a little better because I have a little idea of how the car kind of handles now. But the only thing that I don't like is the gripping back and when it gains back traction super fast. I think that's gonna be my biggest problem, or that's gonna cause me to spin out at least once. So far I haven't spin out, I've been catching it back on every turn pretty much. Yeah, we don't want to give it too much gas as well. I thought that keeping it on the gas was gonna kind of fix that little issue, but that actually might make it worse. So let's just not try that. Okay, that wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad. We lost a lot of momentum in that turn there, but it wasn't too bad. At least we didn't spin out. But this thing definitely handles super well. It's very easy to catch back when you're going sideways, to be honest. It's not like some of the other cars that I've tested out that's just like super uncontrollable, like the GT4 RS. That car was an absolute nightmare for me. That was actually super nice. I didn't really have to counter steer there. It pretty much just did it on itself. That's what I'm thinking. The snapback is just so aggressive and it's kind of unpredictable sometimes. Oh, got a little spin out there. I had to scratch my nose. I felt like that's why I was able to catch it back on time there, but that's okay. Got the first spin out there. I don't even know what I was doing there. I was kind of experiment. Okay, now there's a big turn here. Let's start slowing that down. Don't wanna be going too fast into the turn. Okay, not bad, not bad. Okay, we kind of break traction at the wrong point right there. I wanted to like hit it perfect in the apex, but kind of messed that up, but that's okay. It's night now, we're gonna do one more attempt in the night, see how we do. Honestly, this thing is super, I wouldn't say it's the best, but it's definitely up there. It's not a car that I would recommend. I would recommend this for the traction off on this road because it's super fun. As I said, just gotta be careful for the snapbacks with this thing. That's the only thing that's guaranteed to mess you up if you're not careful. I'm giving it a bit too much gas around the turns, pretty much. As I said, even if this thing is going sideways, it's still pretty much very controllable. Just make sure that traction is off. Okay, too much gas there, too much gas. Not bad, not bad. Okay, this thing is breaking traction at the wrong point. It's not breaking them in the turn, it's like breaking traction at the end of the turn, which is kind of pissing me off a bit because then I'm going to probably spin out. I don't really use the handbrake yet. I'm going to try to use the handbrake a bit. Okay, that wasn't too bad, but I don't really use the handbrake. I just kind of wait till I'm near the apex and just floor it to like break the traction. Maybe I should try using the handbrake a bit. Okay, no, that with this car, I don't think it's gonna be very good with this car because the snapback is gonna mess us up, especially if you start to counter steer too early. Doing it with the handbrake is kind of tricky because you gotta hit the handbrake and hit the gas and then try to time the counter steer at the perfect time. If you do any like you have to have a step, so it's the handbrake, you gotta ease up off the gas and hit the gas same time, and hopefully the car gets a little angle before you can counter steer, because if it's not at the angle and you start counter steering, it's gonna snap back. So it's pretty much a step process, and if you mess up one step, then you're not gonna have the result that you want pretty much. So I'm not gonna try it with the handbrake. I'm just gonna keep on doing it with flooring it into the turn. But so far, I kind of like this thing, even though I did spin out at least twice, I think, or maybe more. It's actually very easy to control, even with the traction off. Okay, that was one of the best attempts I've ever had in this car. Oh, almost mastered that bit as well. But that's okay, that's okay. This thing is definitely very fun. It's not a car that you're gonna have too much problem with taking on this road. Oh, the snapback right there, oh my gosh. We can keep it on the gas just like that right there, but it just gotta be at where the car is about to straighten up. You don't want to keep it on the gas when the car still going sideways. You're pretty much just gonna mess your snapbacks. Oh my gosh, now the snapbacks are getting crazy on me. The handling of this thing is just, it's great. I feel like if it was traction on, it would be super great because it's very responsive. But the snapbacks and the responsiveness is not a good thing when they're trying to go sideways, to be honest. This car is very responsive. I think that's what makes it so great. Or the steering is pretty much very responsive. It's super sharp. Nice. Okay, this was one of the best cars I've taken on that road, and I think it's because of the steering. It's super responsive, as I said. It does have a little downside. The snapback, as I said, like if you're counter steering, it will snap back on you super sharp, so you gotta be careful of that. But other than that, it's great. Even though we did have a few spinners and stuff like that, it's expected, but the handling of this thing is super great. I think this is one of the most responsive cars I've driven in the game so far. So I definitely say this thing definitely passed. I definitely had a lot of fun, even though the snapbacks kind of made me a little scared. It was definitely super fun. I definitely enjoyed it. And I love the looks of this thing. Super beautiful. As you can see, I didn't even change the rim colors. Usually I would put most of the cars black, but it actually looks super good. Everything on is pretty much stock. The only thing I think I changed was the interior. I love this. It looks so beautiful.